It was a sad day when Rydal Precision got rid of their 30-year-old Matsuura, but let's go inside and find out what they've replaced it with. Paul, the latest acquisition then, the MX-520. First thing, it's your first 5-axis machine.
Yeah.
So why have you bought it?
Well, essentially, 3-axis machines were becoming a problem for us in the number of setups we had to do, due to the complexity of components. So 5-axis machine gives us that flexibility, the opportunity to reduce setups and turn around parts quicker for the customer.
A great example is straight to this component here.
Yep.
How many ops was it previously and how many ops is it now?
So initially it was 34 operations. We did a reduction exercise to get it down to 25, but then putting the new machine in place brings that down to 7.
Right.
So to put that into perspective, 5 of those operations are on other equipment or subcontract processes.
Right, things like EDM, grinding and things like that?
Those sorts of things.
Okay, so why have you bought Matsuura, why have you bought the 5-axis?
So 5-axis predominantly because traditionally we had 3-axis machines and plenty of them, but we didn't have the flexibility and the capability we needed to make the parts that are being demanded these days by the customer. Matsuura, excellent machines, we've used them before. We had one here for 30 years.
Yes.
It was a very good and reliable machine. The service and backup from them is excellent. Also, it's a very capable machine, and from a quality standpoint, it's very accurate as well.
Okay, now in terms of transition though, because you've had the 3 and the 3 plus 1, this is full 5-axis, and the controls, all right, same controls as previous, but how's that transition been?
It's actually been relatively straightforward. You know, we were on Fanuc controls before, so we still are now. So the training for it was very simple and very quick. But also using the CAM software, we can generate the programs and put them straight through to the machine in the same way as we were before.
So in a nutshell, very simple, very straightforward.
Simple, yeah.
Okay, now 2 key things, and engineers might not always think about this. Well, first of all, price point, because they might have in their minds that you're looking at Matsuura, you're thinking Rolls-Royce pricing. Is that true?
No, it's not, and you know it's okay. It's not the cheapest machine on the market,
yep.
But it is very capable.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, I want a machine that's capable, reliable, and is going to be there. You know, having had 30 years out of the last one, you know, there's over 30 years, you can actually say it works out quite cheaply.
So cost effective,
yeah.
Very good. And second thing is, and you know, you look at this, we'll go through some of the specification of the machine, but one of the key reasons you bought this machine was right next to us there.
So the whole decision was a group decision. You know, we internally here, we like to make sure that everyone's involved in what we do.
Yep.
So the team looked at all the aspects, all the capabilities of the machines, but the one salient selling point of this machine was the access to the working area. Right. We've got guys in there all the time loading, unloading parts. It needed to be, you know, an area you could get to. So when you're setting, when you're loading, it's very easy to get access to that work area.
Simple thing, but it's perfect for what you guys are doing.
It is, yeah.
Okay. What about the actual configuration and working envelope? I mean, that's a big envelope. It's got the twin knuckle there. Tell me more about that and what you've got going on inside.
So it's we took the option to have the side tables on the pallet. Yep. It gives us a much larger working area, and as you can see from the setup, we've got multiple pads set up, and that gives us more than one job running at a time. So we can have either first dopping or second dopping on the side tables, or we can have, you know, just a part on the middle on the rotary. So it's great, very flexible. Very flexible.
And also in terms of the actual machining spindle speed, because it's a Maxxis spindle, which is direct drive, you've got different options. You've got the 12,000 RPM option. Why is that?
Because most of our materials are tough. At the end of the day, we are producing from M2, D2, ASP 2030. You know, very difficult to machine, and putting a lightweight spindle that's, you know, traditionally for aluminium cutting just wouldn't suit our business. So we needed the grunt behind it to get the meat out.
And you get that with the Maxxis spindle?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Okay. And then tool options as well, because these machines come with different options, 60 or 90?
Yeah, we've gone for the 90 tools.
Right.
Again, we don't want to be spending our time in the machine setting tools and, you know, breaking down jobs, putting them up. Most of what we do is one-off small batch requirement. So what we want to have is a good range of flexible tools in the machine, so that, you know, once we finish the program, the work setup is already there. We can put the component in and start running through the program.
Okay. And what about accuracy in the machine? Because it's got, is it a hickey ball?
No, it's that's something I said to you originally. It's a dowel pin on the bottom of the table, and should we need to check the accuracy of the machine,
Yep.
either in cycle, beginning of the day, thermal growth, that sort of thing,
Yep.
we can do that whenever we want to using the probing system.
Right. So essentially keep the parts super accurate all the time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I think we've covered off most of the things. Any other reasons why you bought the machine?
I like the colour.
I don't think that's apart from that.
Yeah.
How's it been so far?
It's been great so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jobs we've got up, I'd say relatively easy. We've had to learn about 5-axis. You know, the transition has been simple insofar as software and programming, but there's lots of things in there like wave milling and these sorts of things that we've not traditionally had before. So we're learning stuff like that as we go along. But it's operating, it's delivering the parts that we need it to deliver, and the accuracy is spot on.
Brilliant. Paul, great endorsement of Matsuura MX-520. Thank you very much.
Thank you.